Welcome back everyone to the channel for another video. This is Q50 Beast and today we're in Forza Horizon 5. You guys know why we are here. We're going to take a look at the Mustang Cobra, the Terminator Mustang Cobra, the 2003 Mustang Cobra. Just doing some audio checks right now, just trying to make sure everything is situated, and we're going to get started. Thank you all for being here. We're here on the Xbox Series X, and we're going to have a blast here. All right, so let's go ahead to the car. Let's not keep you waiting. Again, we got this through the festival playlist. So we go to the campaign. It's 20 points. We're able to get 22 points. Pretty simple. Got it done in about 30 minutes or so. Not too bad. But let's go ahead and get into the car. Let's stop waiting. Let's go ahead and get into it. So we'll go to filter on our Fords. Our magnificent Fords, and thank you all for being here. Again, this is Q50 Beast. We're going to go to the 2003 Mustang Cobra, the Terminator version. So we haven't even opened this thing up yet. I wanted to save it for you guys, so we'll experience it firsthand together. This is a beautiful car. We've been waiting on something like this for a long time, so we're going to go ahead and get into it and see what we got. If you are here, please like, share, and subscribe, and just let me know you're here, and we'll go from there. So here we are, the beautiful Mustang Terminator Cobra 2002. This was Ford's attempt to beat the Corvette, and they did a really good job with this car during that time period. So just back it up. Let's go to the house up here. Let's go to one of the houses up here. Listen to it. Oh yeah, she sounds good. Mustang Cobra. Liking it already. Let's go ahead and get inside of this thing and see what it looks like. It's typical SVT gauges in the front. Pretty cool. It got that late 90s, early 2000s look. My mom had a Mustang GT. I had a 4.6 in it. Kind of had the same exact interior back during this time. So yep, it looks like they hit this thing right out of the park. The same interior. It looks pretty cool. I'll go back to the gauge cluster again if I can get there. Looks really good. We got some miles on the car though. We haven't driven it, so I don't know how we got miles, but either way, the cluster looks very authentic. We'll go outside of it. This thing is just looking pretty good, man. This thing is looking pretty good. We're gonna take this thing to the festival and get it worked on and see what we can get out of it, man. Let's get a hood view. Nice snorkels there. Nice vents. She looks pretty cool. You hear that supercharger, right? She'll break loose too. All right, I like it. So we'll go ahead and take this thing to the track, the drag strip, to just see what it does stock. We'll just see what this thing does stock, and we're gonna get this thing running, and we'll go from there. Again, this is the first time in the car, all stock tires, so we know we're gonna get this thing to spin. We already understand that. We know that. We expect that. But we'll get this thing right. We're going to put the launch control on. This is what we're going to do. We'll put the launch control on and see what we got. Very nice addition to the game. Been looking for this. Alright, let's see what we got. All stock, all motor. Stock tires, first time getting in the car. Sounds pretty cool. Nice SVT badge up there. Pretty cool. Realistic depiction of the car. Let's put down 126.98 in the mile. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. We'll go inside the car so we can see what this thing sounds like inside. Let's see what we're sounding like here. Getting it up and down the track, realistic. Oh yeah. Nice muscle car sound, nice muscle car vibe. I love it. I'm happy to be back in Forza today. This makes me really happy. Just going through the festival playlist and just looking at the graphics, there is nothing on the level of this game. There is nothing, no car game, even Gran Turismo, cannot touch the graphics on this thing. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and start working on this car. Let's see what we got, what we're coming
Welcome
with
back,
stock.
Frank.
All right, thank you. So we see what we're coming back stock, and we'll go from there. So we'll go to custom upgrades. Haven't been here in a while, so I'm a little clunky. So don't mind me. Let's go ahead and start with the engine. What we got? So it looks like we have the 4.6 liter, like we talked about. It's supercharged. Let's see what options we have. We got a 6.2, 6.7 diesel, 7.7 V12, not doing that. 8.4 V10, not doing that. 5.2 V8 sounds pretty interesting. We got the 7.2 V8 and the racing V6. But right now we're going to stay with the stock motor, and we're going to see what we can get out of the stock motor. We know this is a rear-wheel drive car, and it's supercharged is what it is. It's supercharged. So we're going to leave it. We're not going to turbo this car. We're going to supercharge it. Well, keep it supercharged. So let's go ahead to the engine upgrades. We're going to go ahead and max this thing out. So we're starting with 390 horsepower. That was a ton of power back then for 2003. We're going to go ahead with the race intake. We're going to race this thing all the way out. Everything race. Those valves and cams, race, everything race. Remember, we started with 390 horsepower. We're going to put a big bore supercharger on this thing. We're going to do the flywheel race, and we're also going to do the race intercooler. We're going to leave the oil cooling alone. It's just extra weight. And we finished out with 762 horsepower. We started with 390. Just take a look at that power that we're able to add to this car. So yeah, stock motor, 762 horsepower once we get it all updated. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to go with the race brakes. We're going to do race suspension. Haven't been here in a while, so we're going to have to get back to tuning and doing all those things. Weight reduction. We're going to leave the reinforcement, chassis, roll bars, and all that stuff alone. And we're going to do race anti-roll front and rear. Beautiful car. We're going to also go with the race clutch. We're going to go with a race transmission. It's a 5 or 6 speed. I can't remember. Hopefully it's a 6 speed. Once we go to race, everything we're doing is race differential, all of that stuff. All right, with our tires, you know we got to do drag tires because we got to get this thing up and down the track. So we're going to go with drag compound. Let's see, did they give us anything else? No, they didn't give us anything else. Pretty cool. Front, we're going to leave alone. And rear, we're going to go all the way wide with 315s. I'm just noticing something pretty amazing. I hope they're giving us this big tire in the back to make a drag tire. That will be fantastic, and they did. So we got a proper drag car, guys and girls. Proper drag car. All right, so we're going to extend the rear all the way out, and we're going to just do one in the front just to help with the handling a little bit. We got a drag tire. We got a drag tire. Okay. All right, so I'm excited now. So this rear wheel, I wish we can make it smaller, but hey, we'll keep that, and we'll probably leave the front alone. I just like it for aesthetics, but they came with 17s. We'll leave the 17s on front. Just wanted to make the back tire a little more dramatic. Let's see what type of wheels we can go with. These wheels are probably pretty light already. Let's see, we already got a 14-pound decrease there. Just going through the wheel list. Really can't remember where the wheels were since the last time I've been here. This is a 42-pound reduction. I know these carbon wheels up here are pretty light. We'll probably do that. 42 pounds. I want to keep it kind of a realistic look, though. That realistic forward look. But we're going to just go with these carbon wheels right now. Is this 42? It's 28. I would love to go with these. Gives it that forward look. But we'll go with these carbon wheels just to get through the video here. And we're gonna leave the front all that alone. So I'm pretty excited about what I'm seeing already so far. All right, so here's another fun part here. Let's see. Really nice front end here, but it's slowing down. Oh, it's actually making us a little bit faster too. A little bit faster. So we're at 221. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So these upgrades actually make us faster. Like that. But we're gonna stay with the stock for right now. I like the stock look. Go into the speed just to see if we're going to get anything pretty cool, I guess. Drag car though, it'll work. Blank it out, of course. It's pretty cool. But we're gonna leave 221.5. That's cool. They didn't change this, so I'm gonna leave the spoiler. I like the way the spoiler looks. Now I think it makes the car, and I'm glad that they gave us the same top speed as when you blink the spoiler off. So that's good too. All right. So for the rear end, we got the saline, but we're gonna stay Cobra. We're going Cobra. We're probably not gonna change anything. That'll be pretty. That's pretty nice. Doesn't do anything for the speed. I like that look. It's kind of a new for the game too, so we'll go with that. And just look at that stuff there. Actually makes this a little bit faster. Is it 221.5? Yeah, it gives us 1 mile per hour. I'm not really sure about the look of it though. But we'll do it. We'll do that. So we got the car built. Looks pretty cool. I like the front end. I like it. This thing is looking pretty good. I think we're going to leave the same color too, so we're going to go ahead and install this setup. Thank you for being here. If you're here, please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know that you're here. Send a message and go through all of that. So we're going to take this thing on the road, but what I'm going to do first is just kind of get some air in and out of some of the tires, first. I'm not going to touch, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and try to tune it. I'm just going to go with my base tune that I pretty much use for all of my cars, and we'll go with that first, and then we'll try to break it down so that you get to see live how I do the tuning. I haven't been in the game for a while, so it's gonna be a little clunky probably, but we're gonna see what we got and go from there. Hopefully we can put down a pretty good tune for you all. Just trying to see how things are changing now here. I'm looking at speed. See how far I can go. That was my answer there. 25.2. Let's see if this makes a difference. And it doesn't. So probably try to keep that in the middle and bring this up a little bit. I want the gears as close as I can up top so that when we hit the next gear, it'll take it. All right, so here we're gonna flatten this out just to keep that tire tight on the road. I'm gonna leave that at 2.5. Not gonna mess with the toe or caster angle. That's what I want to do. I'm gonna leave this kind of stock right now just to see how the car performs, and then that'll help me with the tuning to see where we are. Let's just look at the colors that we may be able to choose from. See if we can paint the car first and see what colors are available. That's our stock color. Black is nasty. That blue is nasty. Everything is freaking nasty on this car. I really like this, but I'm loving some of these colors. I'm gonna go with this and see what we can do. Probably try to carbon fiber this just to give us that light look, and we'll probably go to the hood and carbon fiber it. If it'll look good, we'll see. If not, we'll leave it off. We'll go with it. We'll go with not even gonna do the mirrors. We'll leave the brakes red. Just put a slight bit of tint on the window so it's not as stock. And we'll save that to the catalog. Maybe we'll save that for you later on to save you some time. You can download it, or you saw it was as simple as that, and we'll go from there. And I'm really, really excited. I'm kind of nervous too because I haven't done the tuning, and we're doing this live. So hopefully we can get a good tune down using the stock motor, and hopefully you're able to run very well with it. So we'll see. All right, so we have not touched the suspension or anything. We've just tuned the gears and the tires. That's all we've done to the car. And
hey, no way, that's cheating. You don't get to have both distances together.
Man, this thing is freaking nice, bro. I think I want to take the side skirt off. It kind of gives it a funky look. I'm not really feeling it. Yeah, not really feeling it. And let me take this launch control off as well. I don't want to try to do it with the launch control on. Alright. So just getting back used to the controls. Okay, so we should be able to launch this thing very easily with this drag tire. The horsepower is not out of control for this car. That launch is pretty cool. So not even having to touch the suspension, it grips and leaves the way it should. That's just a stock motor, but this thing is moving and it's realistic. 170 miles per hour in the mouth. Pretty cool. Let's go inside and see what it listens like, what it sounds like. And we'll run it in the quarter of a mile and see what we got too. More pronounced supercharged sound. Not bad. Not bad at all for a stock car. Of course, we didn't go to the hyper motors for this. And maybe we got too much tire in the back too, and it could be slowing it down too. So we'll see, because we don't need all that tire for this particular build with the stock motor. But it's fun though, it's very fun. So we'll take this thing in a quarter of a mile, see what we can get out of it. Yeah, we need to put more on that launch. We need to get this thing moving. Put down 150, not bad. So let's see, let's go back to the tuning. Let's go ahead and get into some tuning now. So of course we can put more in that launch, but I'm gonna try this first. Probably shouldn't have touched the first gear as of yet, but let's see what we got here. And we may be able to put a smaller tire on the back too and save some weight. May not need the drag pack. So let's see how this thing leaves now. We're at a little over 150 the last time we did that. Alright, so we definitely can get more in first gear, out of first gear, because we got enough tire to be able to put more in first gear. So this is going to change the whole setup. We're kind of going up 5 ticks in each place. I don't know if we need to go 5 ticks here. That's where we're going to run into a little bit of trouble. Let's see what we got. 25.2. Let's see here. Our main goal is to try to keep that top speed up, but get it to launch as fast as possible. So I don't want to go below 225. So we're going to go up as high as we can. And let's see if we break traction with this. See if we break traction. This is what goes into the tuning, guys, to be able to figure out what you got. Didn't spin, but it definitely left better. And we did 150.7. Sounds like the gears are evenly spaced out pretty well, at least through the first 4 gears. But we're going to put this thing back in the quarter of a mile and just see what we have. And if we need to take some rubber off, then we're going to take some rubber off. That's what we got to do. But we're going to get this thing running for a stock engine. Alright, simple and easy launch. Still kind of slow out of the first gear. And we're actually a little bit slower that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the tune. We're going to put this back. And we're just going to put more into the gears. This is what we're going to do. So this is all trial and error. You get to see it live. Trial and error. We're just going to see what we got. I hope you all are enjoying yourself, and I hope this is entertaining for you. As we're trying to get this thing right, man, we're going to get this thing running hard. We're going to get it running hard. So we're going to see what we got here. Remember, we didn't touch the suspension, so the car should still handle very well under load on the interstate and those types of things. Need to put more in first gear, but we're gonna see what we got. This again, this is the trial and error. I'm gonna go with a smaller tire after this one too in the rear. We don't need all that rubber. See? $149.89, so we were actually faster before we started touching it. Just didn't feel like it was a very hard launch, but what we're going to do is we're going to go and about that. Yeah, so we're gonna go and get a smaller tire in the rear, and then take it from there. So give me 1 minute. We didn't even have to touch the suspension, so that's actually very appealing. That you don't have to mess with the suspension on this here. So that is going to help us out a lot. All right, so let's go back to the tires, the rear wheel. What if we just go with stock? Let's go with stock and see what it does, and see if it gives us a better. I wanted that profile, but we may not need it. Let's see what it looks like with this one. A little bit smaller. Let's go with the smaller one. I just want to keep that drag tire up there. I really do. And it's fine for more horsepower. More horsepower, you're going to need a bigger tire anyway. But right now we're on the stock motor, remember. So we'll see what we got. Make sure we got the air the way we need it. We probably can put some air in the tire too and help with the speed. Let's see if we can go with 25 pounds. Since we don't have the power to really spin that thing, we could put some more air in it and then help us with the speed. So that's something to think about as well. So let's see what we got. Okay, so she's starting to brake now. We put a little more air in there. Get those things heated up too, just to make sure. Yep. So we'll just see. We're gonna try to do it essentially cold tires and see if it'll get down the track. It didn't spin. I almost guarantee it's gonna give us faster time as less weight as well too. So we're gonna put it back in a quarter of a mile, but I wanted to see. So I think we just picked up 2 miles per hour right there by going with the smaller tire and air in the tire. We probably can put a little more air in it, but we're gonna see. Again, this is a part of the trial and error. Thing sounds so good, man. Mustang Cobra is just one of my favorites. One of my favorites for sure. Fox Body 93 SVT is, or Cobra is my favorite of all cars. Alright, so let's scoot up just a little bit. Alright, we're there. Alright, good enough. Let's see what we got. See if we can beat 150. .45, so pretty much where we were on the first step. I want to put more in first gear. We got to put more in first gear. Try to get more out of it. So I'm gonna go up 10 clicks on each. 10 clicks on each. I can't remember what it was on that one. So hopefully we're right. 158. So we're cutting into our top speed a little bit. That's fine. That 1 mile per hour is not going to make a difference. So we got the gears up pretty high now. So you see how that cut into it. So we want to bring it back down. 23.224. As you see, as we bring it down, the speed is going up higher and higher. 225. This is the fastest that we've had it. So we're going to have to bring that next gear down some, because we went too high in the gears on the final gear. All right, 0.4 is my limit. It means I will bring this one down. Hopefully it's not too far away. Hopefully we can catch it. And then we'll be good. All right, so let's see what we got here. So we're slowly getting a little bit quicker. It's encouraged me to be able to put more air in this tire, which is good. It actually helps us. So I'm gonna put 28.5 pounds. See if it will break loose. The tires are not really even warm. Oh, they're decent. Should give us a little more speed here. The car feels a little more nimble as well. You can feel it in the steering because we got proper air in the tire. We don't have a flat tire trying to get, you know, grip. So which is good. We may even be able to go to 30 pounds. I think the launches will get a little bit better. The car feels a little more nimble. Only 50.91, so that was the fastest. Like we said, a little more air actually helps. So we're going to go 31.5. It's probably going to brake, but it may not break traction. If it doesn't, then it's good for us, and we can move on to the next thing. We got, remember, this is the stock engine, guys. Stock engine. Didn't break traction. I think we put down a 172 on the half mile the last time. Let's see if we can get up to 173. That'll be really good. Feels a little bit quicker. Okay, not that bad. Guys, I think we're gonna have to take that tire off. I think we got to do away with this tire back here if we want it to be faster. And quite frankly, we don't need it for this amount of power that we have. So going back to the stock tire. Going back to the stock tire. And well, I don't want to take that off yet because we want to be able to tell. But we're going to take this off. Don't need it. Let's see if the car will respond with the amount of air that we have in it now. And we'll go from there. Thank you all for being here. This is Q50 Beast. Just going through some testing and tuning of the brand new Terminator Mustang. We have the stock engine. We're at about 700 and what is it? See how much power we got with the stock car. 762 horsepower with the stock engine. We're probably going to take those flares off the side. I'm not liking it. But we want to go ahead and test it now against what we've already done to see if this is going to make a difference. Thank you for being here. We got this thing with the festival playlist. Only 20 points. Only 20 points. All right, so we got a cold tire back here. I do expect us to spin, but if not, then we're golden. Didn't spin. And listen, we didn't even touch the suspension. That's how bad I think Forza wanted this car to be good. I did not touch the suspension at all. Didn't touch it. Okay, so we put down a little bit faster than what we did the last time, so I think that did the trick. And we still got 31.5 pounds of air in there, which is pretty cool. We're going to see if we can get just a little bit more out of this thing. I'm just going up 5 ticks everywhere. Just seeing if we can get a little more out of this. Don't want to mess with the top speed. I think those other gears were close enough we could leave it alone. Just to kind of bring that back a little bit. Alright, so let's see if it'll break traction. It's not. But it's definitely launching better. I wish my third gear was a little bit longer, but we'll see what we got here. And then we'll move on to the next engine if we can get this thing to run the way we want it to. Up a little bit. Gotta keep everything consistent, simple and easy launch. And we're off to the races. Terminator Mustang. Yep, it was a little bit faster. I think we got that down pretty good. I just want third gear just slightly longer, which is cool. All right, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna take these flares off and see if that made a difference. The side skirts, hopefully it's a difference for the better. We'll go ahead and remove that, and once we do so, we'll test the car again, and then we'll move to the next tune. But this is what goes into the tunes. Like I said before, every one that I watch on YouTube, I mean, I'm pretty much 90% faster than everything that I see on every car that I do here on Forza. That's not bragging, that's just a fact. You can watch the videos and you can tell for yourself. So 224.6 and 225.3. So it's probably going to make the car slower. If it does, we'll put them back, but I like the stock look a little bit better. I like the stock look a little bit better. We're going to go check that out here. Again, thank you for being here. This is Q50 Beast, and we got the 2003 Terminator Mustang Cobra, and we're doing some testing and tuning on the stock engine. Please let me know you're here if you're here. And if you haven't subscribed already, please like, share, and subscribe. We got a bunch of stuff out here for all different types of racing. We also do some PS5 stuff as well. Even some American Truck Simulator, Flight Simulator, all that kind of stuff. So everything mobile we do here. We're going to bring it back a little bit. Let's see if we made it a little bit faster with the stock side skirts. Stock motor. No spin. 31.5 pounds of air. We didn't even touch the suspension, guys. Didn't even touch it. Okay, and it's pretty much the same speed. I'm going to keep those flares off, and we're going to leave this thing alone. We probably can make it a little bit faster. We'll give one more attempt to make it a little bit faster. I want it to launch a little bit harder. We're just going 5 ticks. So if we mess up, we know we can put it back, right? So we're going 5 ticks. This may impact the top speed. We don't want to do that. So 224.6 was my baseline. We'll just keep it there. This may impact us a little bit, so we'll keep it at 224.6. We don't want to go lower than that. And we'll get one more try, guys. One more try. We're trying our best to make it as quick as we can with the stock engine. We're going the wrong way. Just make sure it doesn't break traction. If we don't break traction, we're golden. If it does not break traction, we're golden. Yep, and it'll take it. Just making that first gear a little bit shorter. And it's smooth through the gears too. The gears are very smooth. The gears are very, very smooth. Alright. One more time before it gets dark. Brake traction. And we're off. Alright, so yeah. It is what it is there. We'll come down a little bit, just maybe 2 ticks, and leave it at that. And I think that'll be, did we come down on the top speed a little bit? I think we did. And that should be it for this particular tune here. So what we're going to do is save this tune. SVT stock. SVT stock. We're using the Xbox Series X gamepad. Nothing special here for this. And also check my affiliate links. I'll be adding those here pretty soon. Amazon affiliate links. And we got some sim racing stuff. And a whole lot of things that'll be good for you to do what you need to do. I say good all around on this one. Of course, we don't have street tires up there. I think this tune will work with the street tire as well. You may need to put the drag tire back up there and pull the air down a little bit, but you should be okay with the street tire as well. So I think you'll be all right there. So all right, we're going to take this thing back to the lab. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to put a different engine in there. And Lost my bearings a little bit. Take it back to the lab. It's getting dark. That's when the real racing starts, when it gets dark, right? We'll take her back to the lab. We're going to have to buy some more parts because we're going to do another engine. But I want to go with, and I'm not even saying this is going to be the fastest engine, but I really want to go with the 5.2 platform. I really do. We got the 6.2 V8. We kind of know what that does. But this 5.2, 526, and this is 4. Yeah, so the 5.2 should be the one anyway. It's probably what people are going to go with. It's a lot of interesting choices here, but we're going to go with the 5.2 and naturally aspirated 5.2. We're going to supercharge it. Of course, you know that sometimes you can break traction with that. We know that the turbocharger is faster, but I'm trying to keep it like, you know, well, you know what? We see turbocharged Mustangs. We see turbocharged Mustangs. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to turbocharge it. Everything I said, just let it go. We want some top end speed as well. The supercharger gets us out the gate, but the turbo does pretty well. We can tune it just right, get the tires planted. We're going to have a super monster. So remember, we're 762 horsepower, fully loaded with the stock engine. I don't want to do anti-lags. It's just so weird. So we're going to lose a little bit of power there, but you know, I don't care. I just don't like the anti-lag on this game. It's just all that popping. I can't see an American car doing that. Just doesn't feel realistic to me. So we're not going to do the anti-lag. We know that we're sacrificing some speed. We already know that. Everything else should be good here. Transmission and everything should be alright, but I'm just double checking just to make sure that we don't have to change anything and miss out. Alright, so we got that. Going over to the tires, we're going to stay with the drag compound, but we're going to put the big boy back on. And we know we're probably going to have to take some air out of it. But that's fine. So we're going to start with the 15 pounds. Didn't even check to see how much horsepower we finished with. It's got to be fantastic. So 1,063 horsepower. So now we're talking. Now we're in the big boy leagues. So we know this is going to have to come down. We know that. And then we'll go back to how we the typical range that we tune these cars. And go from there. I'm going to be around 185. Probably have to break down to 180. We'll see. Start with 130. Start at 105 first, and then we'll work our way up. See what we got. All right, so 248. So our top speed is slower. I'm sorry, it's not slower. It's about 20 miles per hour faster. So we'll see what we got here. Trying to just get as much as we can get out of this gear here, because we want to be able to catch that thing, especially if we're on the interstate. We want to be able to catch that top end and be able to stay in the power band. That's our goal, is to try to stay in that power band as much as we can. 250.6 is our limit. Let's see if this changes anything. It does not. So we kind of put it in the middle there. It's just something new I'm trying out. 250.6 is the limit. We just put it there. So we want that gear as close as we can. We're probably going to have to do the suspension. So remember, we didn't touch the suspension. But we'll see what the stock car does for us. And then we'll go from there. I think we're going to change this color too. I'm not really feeling the blue anymore either. So we'll see. Oh yeah. So we're probably going to have to heat these things up. Now we're talking. Tires are not hot yet. Yeah, they're not hot. We knew we were gonna spin. Just trying to get some heat in the tires. But already, big difference. Fourth gear is coming in a little bit too late. So we're gonna have to do something with the fourth gear. Fourth gear is coming in a little bit too late, so we're gonna go there. And we're going to go ahead and tune the suspension. Not going to touch the anti-roll bars. We're going to go all the way soft in the front, all the way stiff in the rear. We're going to leave the ride height the way it is for right now. We may have to go back and tune that. So with this, we want it all the way soft in the front for the springs, all the way stiff in the rear. We want the front to be able to lift up just a little bit to put that power down on the rear, and we don't want the car bouncing around too much, so we want it stiff there. We're going to do the same thing here with the rebound stiffness and bump stiffness. Rebound stiffness in the front is all the way soft, all the way hard in the rear. We're going to do the opposite for the bump stiffness in the front and the rear. Remember, we got to go back and touch that ride height, but we're going to see what the game gives us right now. We got to get these tires warm so that we can give you a good pass. Okay, so we got that suspension a little bit softer in the front now. Try to get this thing down about 180 degrees in that range. Let's see what it'll take now. Let's see if it'll take it. It's spinning. This thing is freaking moving. This thing is moving. Fourth gear seems like it came in a little bit better. We'll probably bring it one tick closer, but we'll see what we got here. Remember, we got the big drag tire on there now. We got almost 1,100 pounds, 1,100 horsepower here. It's a turbocharged Mustang. Oh yeah. This thing is moving. Stable. 192.43. We're gonna do one more tick on fourth gear. I think we may be golden here, baby. This thing is freaking moving. And this is the turbo variant. This is the turbo variant. .2 liter. No spinning. We probably can put a little more in the first gear to get this thing moving. Get it moving just a little bit better. So we're gonna go 2 ticks in first gear. Let's see if it spins. If it does spin, we'll put it back and we'll go from there. Now we're talking. And the good thing about this is we got the suspension tuned, so once we do the supercharger tune, you'll have it. Everything will be done. Okay, so that's spin. Okay, expected that. So we'll go down 1 tick. We got the tires hot now. Hopefully they're not too hot. We'll try to run it here, and we may have to go back to the original, but that'll be fine. So we got 180 degrees. Okay, so that's gonna spin. So we know we got to put these tires back, put the gear back to 265, and that's fine. We expected that to see that, but we were trying just to see if we can get a little more out of first gear. But again, that's what goes into the tuning of this stuff. All right, here we go. Well, maybe I let the tires get too cold. I don't know. So we'll put this thing back down. All right, again, just try to drive it a little bit. All right, we'll get one more try. Here it is. Just got to get the heat right. I would leave it at 365 for the first gear. 169.92. That's pretty much moving in a quarter of a mile, guys. That's pretty much moving. All right, so we'll go ahead and save that tune for you. SVT 5.2 TT. You know what that is. We'll get you the share codes in a minute. We're going to run through the supercharged version. We're going to use the same engine. We're going to supercharge this. Same transmission. Everything is going to be the same. Everything is going to be the same. And same suspension, everything. So it just makes it easy. You don't have to buy any more parts. It's just going to be simple for you. So we get this saved, and then we'll go through the supercharged version of this. We may have to come down a little bit in first gear because the power is going to be instantaneous. And there was an error with the server. So I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to save. Okay, I guess we did save it. All right, so we'll take this thing to the festival. We're getting a little long in the video, so we'll take it to the festival and we'll supercharge it, show you that, share the tune with you, and we'll be on our way. I hope you guys guys and girls have enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you've enjoyed this. We're gonna change the paint. I'm not feeling the blue anymore. It's just not fitting. We'll go with the original color. And wasn't feeling the tint either. Go ahead and take care of this real quickly for you. Tint was a little bit too dark. I just didn't like the way it looked. So we'll just go to the first stage just to have some tint on it. And we'll go from there. Alright, so I hope you guys are, after this, going out and try to win this car. It's very easy in a festival playlist. 20 points, that's all it takes. And you got yourself a nice car. It's going to be very fun. I can see a lot of videos coming back to Forza, people coming back to Forza to play with these muscle cars and those types of things. So I think it's a positive thing for Forza to be able to do so. Alright, so we'll change it to Supercharged. Everything else remains the same. Just some of the parts will change here. But you're not spending a lot of money, a lot of credits. I'm just making sure everything, I know it's all in reference to the supercharger. We'll put the big boy supercharger on there. Everything else should be the same. Just checking. Alright, so we're even going to use the same exact tune. Nothing's going to change. All we did was the supercharger. We'll see what difference we get between the twin turbo and the supercharged variant of this particular car. Alright, so just going to the tuning, letting you know we're not changing anything. We're leaving it the same. We didn't even touch the ride height. We didn't have to do much to this car. Forza did a really good job of dialing this thing in. So it was already pretty optimal. But we're going to go through this one right here and go through the supercharged variant of this car. This is the 5.2. Didn't check my horsepower. This is the 5.2 variant. And we're at 971. So I think we're 1,069 horsepower with the twin turbo. This one gives us 971 horsepower. We're just going to have to watch our launch because we got instantaneous power. If the tires heated up, but we'll see if there's a big difference. If you want to keep it more realistic, you keep it with the supercharged version. I know the tires aren't hot, but it held it. We got the drag tire on there. We probably can even put a little more in first gear and get this thing moving. Okay, so significantly slower than the twin turbo variant, but hey, that's just realistic. I'm gonna go 2 ticks in first gear just to see if we can get a little more out of first gear, just to get you moving a little bit quicker, and then we'll save this tune and get it to you. Yep, and it'll hold it. You probably can go 3 more ticks. Okay, and it's holding pretty good. Alright, pretty cool. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put a little more power in, a little more in the first gear. See if it'll hold. We're spinning. So probably can go 370. That supercharger just sounded so nasty with that little spool up. Listen to that. Oh yeah, it'll hold. So we'll put this thing in a 1/4 mile just to see what you can get. And then we're going to get you this tune, get you all of these tunes. See what we can get. We'll spin. Smooth through the gears. 163.26. That was actually faster than, I think it was faster than the twin turbo version. So that's pretty cool. We'll go ahead and get this saved for you. And then we'll get you the share codes for all of these. SVT 5.2 SC. So you know what you're looking at, you know what you're looking for. See that Cal Thomas, hi, hello, thank you for being here, Cal. We got the beautiful 2003 Mustang Cobra, the Terminator version, the supercharged version. Again, this was Ford's way of trying to compete with the Corvette, and they did a really good job in doing so. So I hope you're able to go to the festival playlist. It's 20 points, and you'll be able to win this thing. So thank you again for being here. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate you, and welcome to the family, big guy. Thank you very much. So we're gonna get you these, and it still says error, but I believe they're saved. Yeah, okay, so they're all saved. I gotta figure out how to get you guys the share code. I may have to put it in the description. I haven't played this game in a long time, so you guys gotta bear with me. So let's see if we load a setup and then I go to my tunes. There's an error. There's some kind of error. Not sure. Okay. Give me the share code. Where's the share code? Not seeing the share code, guys. So you may have to check back with the video because I really can't remember how to do it. It's been a long time since I've been here, but I will be back in Forza now. This has brought me back to the game. I really would love to share the codes with you, but you see I'm having some kind of error. Not sure what's going on with that, but I'll get you the share codes, and we'll take it from there. Let's see if I maybe put my name in here. Sorry about the hassle. Thought it would be pretty simple to get it out to you guys. It's not even searching. There's a server error. So we'll get it to you. I apologize again for not being able to get the code to you. But again, thank you all for being here. Let's just take another look at this beautiful, or you can't see it now, it's nighttime, right? But either way, we got the beautiful Mustang SVT Cobra. Pretty cool. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, share, and subscribe. This is Q50 Beast. We'll get the share codes for the stock engine, the 5.2 supercharged version, the 5.2 liter twin turbo version. We'll get you those codes. Check back in the description. Check those Amazon affiliate links as well, because we got some pretty cool stuff for you. And hopefully you can find something in a good deal. And again, thank you for being here. This is Q50 Beast. Peace out.